This is Ryan Lewis with Mobility Stairlifts. Today we're going to talk about replacing the batteries on your Acorn brand straight stairlift. First, a couple of tools that you're going to want to have available for yourself. One, a flat blade screwdriver or a standard screwdriver. A Phillips head screwdriver. You're going to need one with a long shaft on it, and then also one potentially that's short. A pair of wire cutters. And then it is nice to have a drill with a Phillips head as well. Okay. First thing that we're going to do is remove the chair from the lift. And to do that, you flip and move the seat out of the way. You're going to want to use your flat blade screwdriver to remove the post cap out of the way. Take that out. You're then also going to want to reach around the back and unscrew and disconnect the seat umbilical cord. That looks just like that. Once that's all disconnected, you then depress the lever that allows you to pivot the chair, and you're going to lift up on the chair straight up. So remove it. It's a little awkward. So just be careful, set that to the side. At that point, you can remove and just lift straight up on the beauty ring that goes onto the seat post. You're then going to use your long Phillips screwdriver. And there are 4 screws around the seat collar here. You just remove those out. Once you do that, you're then able to remove that seat collar up and over. Once you get it up high like this, you turn it sideways, and that gets it off of the seat post. Just kind of bends that way. You may or may not have a zip tie around your guard here. You would cut that zip tie, may look like that. But once you do that, this is Velcroed together. You remove the Velcro and just pull that from around the seat post. At that point, you're going to remove the cover, and you do that by taking off the 2 screws that are on the front here, the side that I'm facing. You could use your Phillips screwdriver or your drill driver. There's also then 2 screws on the back side here. They're slotted, so you don't need to remove the screws completely, but you do want to loosen them. That's where the short screwdriver comes in handy. If it's real tight against the wall, you might need to use a right angle adapter to get that undone. But once those screws are loosened, you then have one more screw to remove, and that's just this piece that goes up against the footrest. You take that out with a Phillips screwdriver and remove that piece. I'm going to come around to the other side here just to show you a little easier. But at this point then, if Mobility Stairlifts installed your stairlift, you can just lift straight up on your seat, or your cover, I mean, and that will come off. If it is a standard installation, you may need to lift up slightly and then move the edges of the cover around the front safety panel to get it to come up. Okay. You can set that cover to the side, and now you've got your batteries exposed. Okay. The first thing that you're going to want to do is use your wire cutters. There may be a large zip tie that holds the batteries in place and all the terminals. You may want to cut and remove that, or you will need to cut and remove that. At that point, you'll see that you have 2 metal straps that hold both the batteries in place. You can use your drill driver or a Phillips head screwdriver to remove those. You do want to be cautious. These are metal straps. Obviously, you've got battery terminals that are right here. As you remove those terminals, make sure that you hold them to the side that the battery terminals are not on. And the reason is if those touch the terminals, positive and negative, you're going to basically weld those straps to the battery terminals. Okay? So just make sure those stay to the side. Once those are removed, you can use your fingers. Sometimes you can use a flat-bladed screwdriver with a little bit of a popping motion and get your battery terminals to come off. Okay? You would remove all 4 of those. There is a little jumper strap here. You're just going to want to set that to the side. Note the orientation. You have your black lead or your negative lead on the bottom, and then you have your positive and negatives there. So just note how those are. You want to reorient them in that way. But you pull the batteries out, you then put the new batteries in, reattach the terminals. Again, put your straps back together, being careful not to touch the terminals. Replace all the other hardware in the same way that we took it off, but in reverse order. And that's really it. So thank you very much, and remember to be safe.